Hey, everybody. Welcome to this special, really special Tuesday live. I'm Dirk Beveridge, founder of Unleash WD and the executive producer of We Supply America. And man, today is a special day because today we are going to share with you our plans for We Supply America season number 2. And we have some plans and we want you all to be a big and an important part of this. So I'd like to share with you our plans, share with you how you can be involved, share with you some amazing resources that have become available as a result of season 1 and how it all builds. So come on in, everybody. It's going to be an amazing time with you here this afternoon. I got 3 fantastic guests that are going to share the excitement with us. So come on in, everybody. Let me know that you're here. Put it in the comments, and we'll get started in exactly 2 minutes. Okay? Here we go, everybody. In a post-pandemic world, leadership is being redefined. Forces outside of our control and forces within our business are calling us to be different leaders. Both new and veteran leaders throughout distribution are showing the way forward. These leaders are the noble generation. These leaders we need to meet. These leaders we need to learn from. These leaders are why we are going back on the road this summer. This is We Supply America, Season 2. So this is it. This is it. We Supply America, season number 2. And yep, there's a lot of things that we're building upon, and there's some new thinking as well. And that's what I'd love to share with you all so that you all can be a part of this, create this movement, championing the noble calling of distribution. Let me say hello to some of you that are coming in. I really appreciate you being here to learn. Travis, my friend, come on to Arkansas. I'd love to do it. You're going to find out how to make it happen today, all right? Mr. Kennedy, really good to see you. Looking forward to our conversation tomorrow. Hello, Tony Garrett from General Air. I'm looking forward to Ryan Craven, your General Manager of VP, being on our webinar on Thursday. Good to see you. Tom, as always, great to see you. Thank you for being here. Jess, I would agree with you 100%. First, thanks for the good luck. And yes, distributors, merchants help build our nation. Truly, we need to champion this noble calling. Hello, Susan Merle, love your smile. Stephen Moore, Stephen, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Lynette, it's snowing. Get out. Go south. Chris, good to see you. Oh, my goodness, you guys. Warming my heart. This is going to be an amazing conversation. Leanne, good to see you. Hope, great to see you. Gwen, thank you for being here. And like an epic movie trailer, Travis, thank you so much. And it is just starting. So let's talk about We Supply America, where it's been and where it's going and how you can all be a part. All right. And guys, will you do me a favor? Let's really make this interactive today. I'd love to watch the comments. Anything that goes through your mind, please let me know in the comments. Let's build upon this. Okay. And we'll do it. So Ruth, cannot wait. Me too. So here you go. So some of us are new. I know to this We Supply America story. So let me, before we get to the details of season 2, let me set the foundation of where We Supply America came from and what we are actually setting out to do. To do that, I'm going to bring you back 2 years. And do you remember that moment when you realized that COVID, this virus, was going to absolutely change the world? For me, that moment was right here in this office at 10 a.m. on Friday, March 13th. That's when I realized that the world was going to be changed. And we all know that it did. And it was in the next few hours that Bethany Hepler, our VP of Design, my partner, and I, we got together and we said, what are we going to do? And we said that from this point on, as an organization, we were going to support distribution, the people, the 6 million individuals throughout distribution in 4 ways. We're going to find a way to provide insight, inspiration, connectedness, and a hug every now and then. And that's what we set out to do. And then when 2 weeks to flatten the curve became we're entering into the second year, we had to think differently. So I had what I believe is one of the most brilliant ideas of my 35-year career. And what I decided to do at that moment was to go to the local Camping World and buy that RV. Yeah, that's what I did. Brilliant idea. I went and bought that RV you see on the screen. And then what I did is working with Bethany, her amazing design talents. She turned that RV into what you see on the screen, the We Supply America RV. And what we did is we set out to champion the noble calling of distribution. We set out to go meet you, the backbone of this country that provides everything that we have, our standard of living, our way of life, everything that we have goes through the docks of distribution. And we went out to talk to every single one of you. We went on a seed in last summer, a Shining Seed tour, 97 days, 35 different states, 16,599.4 miles crossing this country, meeting with 34 different distribution businesses. You see them on the screen. You're going to meet 3 of them today. And we went out to champion the noble calling of distribution and tell that story. And for those of you that are new, let me just give you a snippet as to the 8 films that came out of last year. And then we'll start moving forward. Here you go. In a world of social distancing, remote working, personal challenges, and business disruption, there are businesses with their committed, caring, and passionate professionals who kept America supplied. Distribution. It's much more than meets the eye. The pandemic shined a light on the imperative nature of supply. That light, the noble calling of distribution.
This is about patriotism. This is about the backbone of the American economy.
Yeah.
To be a part of helping you tell that story and to share some passion and enthusiasm for that, dude, that was cool.
The role that we play, especially during COVID, as essential workers, is making sure that we are getting the material that those contractors need to continue that growth.
These are the inspirational stories and lessons from across America. This is We Supply America.
I'll tell you what, I've never worked for a company that treats their employees as well as the Porter Boys do.
Yeah.
I mean, they treat me better than any boss I've ever had, including myself when I had my own business for 20 years now.
We're honored to have you, Harold. We really are. We're blessed.
I love it here. That's all I can say.
We love you.
It's all that backbone that you don't see. Yeah. That's what we do.
It's all that backbone that you don't see, right? The backbone of America. And guys, when I went out with this idea to go and champion the noble calling of distribution, as I say, I didn't know what to expect. Had never been done before. And I didn't know what to expect. And I thought we were going to go out and meet the businesses. But I really left with, I think, I came back at the end of these 97 days with two overarching lessons. A lot of lessons, but two overarching lessons that inform season 2. Number one, the first lesson is that what I found and discovered is that leadership is changing more rapidly than most of us realize. As a result of the pandemic, as a result of the other forces, from political disconnect to social causes to remote working to demographic shifts, to supply chain shortages, to labor shortages. As leaders, we are all being asked to lead differently than we were going into the pandemic. That's number one. And number two, I think the second overarching lesson that I learned is that at its core, distribution is not about the products on your shelves. Distribution at its core is human. Distribution at its core is about people. And I think those are two themes that we're going to continue on as we go through season 2 and as we interact with you during season 2. You know, more than the businesses that I met, I remember the people that I met, the smiles that I met, the way you and your employees continue to come together. And you think not only strategically, but you think from a human level to do what's needed to drive the business in this country forward. Had the opportunity to meet your customers in your warehouse as you cooked lunches for them. Had the opportunities to see 2 and 3 different generations of families coming together in these independent family-owned businesses. It just absolutely touched my heart. I had the opportunity to see our stop when the We Supply America RV and I pulled in. We saw the opportunities for businesses like yours to create an employee experience, formal or informal. And in this case, up at Edney Distribution, they retired a 40-year individual and with tears in their eyes and used We Supply America as a backdrop. Seeing everybody come together in the organization as one around the We Supply America RV, and then seeing the respect and the dignity that we have for each other, the respect and dignity that we have for every single job throughout distribution. Absolutely, I came back a different individual, and I hope, and a different leader. And I hope through everything that we've produced through We Supply America, it's touching you as well. As we stop, and we'll talk about that. But as I got to interact, there's a lot of different ways that we've interacted. And I like what Holt Electric did with our stop. They created a sizzle reel for their employees. They created a sizzle reel for their customers and their suppliers. And let me just share you this sizzle reel that Holt Electric put together. And I just love the energy that they have found through We Supply America.
Ryan thanked me for us selecting Holt, but in reality, Holt selected We Supply America.
There's no shame in what we do. We're proud of it. We're here, we're trying, we're working as hard as we can to make solutions out in the field.
So isn't that cool? I just love how the creativity and imagination, innovation of those businesses that we get to stop at in the summer, businesses like yours, can actually take We Supply America and build it into their marketing, build it into their employee engagement, build it into their onboarding and their culture development in just very, very cool ways. And that's just one example. So let's talk about We Supply America Season 2, if you don't mind, because that's what we're here to do. And let me start by asking a question. So Dirk, what is different this year about We Supply America going forward? Well, the first thing, and I'm going to start here and then we're going to end with it as well, is literally, the three guests that are in the green room waiting, they saw this happen literally at 3 o'clock as I was sweating when we went live. Our new website went live at wesupplyamerica.net. And when you go to wesupplyamerica.net, you guys, I got to tell you, I am so proud of what those who have interacted with us over the last year through the We Supply America tour has allowed us to create and to provide to the industry the resources that are available. I'm going to walk you through it. Is absolutely fantastic. And there's tools for every single individual and organization throughout distribution. And I'll come back to that in just a little bit. All right. So what else is different about We Supply America this year? Well, I think one of the core is that this year, the We Supply America is going to take on a theme. We're going to continue to go out and champion the noble calling of distribution. But we are also going to take on a new theme of what we call the noble generation. Let me see. I see I got to do something here. I hope I don't lose you. Oh, look at that. I can actually do it on the fly. That's good, Dirk. So when I mentioned that distribution is human and that the very nature of leadership is changing, what I've discovered, what I've learned, what I believe is that there is a new type of leader who I call the noble generation of leadership. I believe leadership has evolved from controlling to managing to leading to coming into a post-pandemic world, what we see as the noble generation. These individuals, they lean into the unknown. They pioneer ideas and innovation. They invest in the future. They play the long game. They're biased towards technology going forward. And in the end, man, they're led by a true north. They're led by values. They're led by purpose. And they're led to make a significant impact in their community, in their business, with their employees, with their customers, with their suppliers. But they're led by impact and purpose and a true north. And this year, we're going to go out and meet you. We're going to come to your business. We're going to come to your local areas, and we're going to tell your stories. We're going to create 8 new documentary films that are focused on this noble generation. Those leaders, those individuals, those human beings who are going to lead distribution into the future with some of those characteristics. And I can't wait to absolutely do that. So that's number 1. There's at least 3 ways for which you can join in. We're going to get into the details here. First is our 8 featured films. I leave in about 4 weeks to get out on the road with 8 different distributors where we're going to create these 8 feature films that are going to air, not in the summer this year, but they're going to air September and October. And then here's where I want to spend the majority of my time with you is we are about to, in the middle of June, go out on a 10-week tour of this country, from sea to shining sea again, stopping at your businesses to work with you to create employee customer experiences. We'll talk about that. And then ways for you to join in is to get over to this website and join and to utilize the resources that I'm going to introduce you to in just a bit. So here you go. Let's take a look at number 2, the tour stops, if you don't mind. So what we've done is we've broken the country down into 8 different regions. Starting in June, we are going to take this RV and I'm going to go from sea to shining sea and stop at a different distributor almost every day. And I'll share with you how you can make that happen and why you might want to do that. All right. So in order to talk about these stops, and these stops are opportunities for you to create, number one, an amazing employee engagement experience. You know, what I found is that we holistically, all of us, in this post-pandemic world, we're yearning for connection. We're yearning for inspiration. We're yearning for impact. We're yearning to know that we're making a difference. And when when you invite me and the tour to stop, we create an experience with you so that your employees understand your purpose, understand and connect to the noble calling of distribution. And we talk about the respect and the nobleness of what it is they do. Others, as I showed you, Holt, they use these stops to create marketing materials for their business, to communicate internally and externally and the like. So let's just hear about some of the stops we had last year so that I can stimulate your thinking about why I want to come and visit you. So the first individual that I would like to bring in here is Allie Bentley, who is executive assistant at Camo Supplies. Oh my God, something was just happening down in Augusta, like the Masters this weekend.
Yes.
And that's where Kaylee and Camo hails from. Allie, thank you. Allie, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. Lucky to be here.
Yeah, you were absolutely instrumental in helping me navigate the RV down to your business. And we had what I think was a fantastic day down there. So can we just spend a little bit of time talking about the day, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
Cool,
No,
thanks.
No, it's great.
Thanks. So let's start with, I like to use the question with one word. What would the one word you'd use to describe why you all at Camo decided to invite us in?
So I think that one word we would just say is appreciate. It was really a good time that when you guys came, it was the perfect opportunity for us to show our employees how much they're appreciated, not just here, but all across America, and that somebody is laying a really big magnifying glass on how important we are, and that every single job, no matter what your job is here at Camo, it is so important.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And being able to take that time, right? And to use, to take that time and show that appreciation is really fantastic. So when you think about the day, does anything really stand out to you as to something that's lasted as a result of us coming through?
Oh, everybody still talks about it. They
Do they?
loved how we were all
Wait. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about this. This is unscripted.
Okay.
Are you guys really still talking about this? Like
Yeah,
7, 8 months later?
So we have quarterly meetings with our whole company, and they're like, when are we going to have a day where we get to all come back together and take a big group picture and just really bring it all back and get back to the roots of why we do what we do. So it is definitely still talked about.
Boy, I love it. Thanks. And maybe we could do it again. So that would be
Come
great.
on down. Love to have you.
All right. Thank you so much. So let me just, Allie, share a story and then a quick video, okay? So as the day was winding down, I was getting ready to go out to the RV and continue on. We had a great day, meeting individuals. I still remember the lunch you guys provided in the warehouse there and the conversation that Harris and I had with the team. It was really a special day.
Yes.
And then at the end of that day, I was getting ready to leave, and all of a sudden somebody yelled Dirk, and he came running down to me, and he's a driver for you, and Philip Howard is his name, and he wasn't there during lunch because he couldn't get back in time. And so he came up to me and let me just share with you. I'm not sure if you've seen this or not, but let me just share with you, and I'd love your thoughts there, okay? So everybody, here is a Camo driver. At the end of the day, he wasn't there when we had lunch and everything, but he knew we were there. He was excited about it, and here's the interaction that I had. Philip, you just came up to me, man, and love it. So tell me who you are, what you did do at Camo first.
My name is Philip Howard. I deliver for Camo Manufacturing. Been here 3 years. And my job is to make sure our product gets out to the customers in a very mannerly and orderly way. And with the help of We Supply America and us working together, everybody will know what we do and it can help out for everybody. Because if you don't know, you can't get it. So now with the help of them and us working together, everybody will know what we do. And it'll be a good joy to have.
You have a good joy to have. And if you don't mind, when you see We Supply America, you're wearing the shirt, man. Thank you so much. What does that mean to you and what you do as a driver for Camo?
I tell you what it means to me, it makes me feel good because it lets me know that God's giving me another opportunity to help somebody that's along the way that don't know. And in turn, it helps me to be a better person also. And I just love it. I just love it.
Man, and I asked you if you're a hugger. I am. I don't know if I'm going to get this on camera. Give me a hug, big man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Thank you so much for
Man,
coming. Thanks for coming up to me, buddy.
You're welcome.
All right. Allie, I see you in the green room and I see you now. I don't know who's smiling more, you or me.
We just love Philip. He's such a shining star here with us. He never comes to work not without that smile. It's just, he's awesome. He will never ever not be happy to come to work. It is crazy.
I love it. And you know, Allie, as I hear you say that, I think about it, when we talk about this year, we're going to focus on the noble generation, right? I think Philip is that noble generation. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so just fantastic. So that was something that stuck out in my mind. Is there a story from the day that kind of sticks out in your mind as, yeah, go ahead.
It was just really the fact that you stood up there with Harris and you connected to all of us on such a deeper level than just, hey, this is a job, we're here for you. We came up with, the slogan, Camo is here for you, back when the pandemic hit. And it really tied everything together. We really are here for you and our community across the CSRA, Georgia, South Carolina. It is just, it's a team building experience that when you know that other distributors are doing the same thing, you're really helping people. It's just a good feeling. And it's just, it makes everybody feel so much better to come to work, knowing that you're helping everybody, anybody.
It's not just the task, right? It's not just the task of getting the accounts receivable. It's not just the task of getting that social post. It's not just the task of picking and pulling the product or delivering the product, right? There truly is a noble cause. And you guys being in the Jan Sand, you kept the hospitals operating, man. You kept the schools open and all the like. And those are some of the things Harris and I talked about. So cool. Thanks. Yeah. Allie, this is fantastic. I really appreciate you joining me. So one last question, if you don't mind. We're kicking this off today. People can go on the website, WeSupplyAmerica.net. We've got a tour section where people can put in, hey, I want what Allie had. I want what Camo had. And if people are thinking about inviting us in this year, what would you say to them?
Do it.
Okay, wow.
Run. Don't walk. Yeah, it's great marketing. It's great for everybody. It brings everybody back to the bigger picture. Yeah. It's team building. It's from the inside to the outside, to all the customers that we reach. They all see that we're doing something bigger and for our employees and for the community. So highly, highly recommend. We loved having you and we would love to have you back.
Allie, I appreciate that. And you really did touch on a lot of things there, and I appreciate it, right? It's that employee experience. It's that meaning of the job, right? It's the reminder of that. You also then talked about marketing and the like, that you could leverage it. And I'm not going to show it here, but I've got the clip of the local news station came out, right? And you guys were on the 5 o'clock news with the tour to get that word out of what you're doing for the community. So, Allie, thank you so much for joining us. Would you please say hello and send my love to everybody over at Camo?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Allie, thanks so very much. We'll talk, okay?
Thank you.
You bet.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
All
Bye-bye.
right, thanks.
So there you go, you guys. I got to tell you something. Yeah, we have amazing 8 films for you to go use. Learning resources I'm going to show to you that are absolutely fantastic for you individually and your teams. it all happens because of people like Allie and because of people like Philip Howard, who we get a chance to meet. And every individual in your organization, every individual we have a chance to meet, every individual has a story. Every individual is dreaming about something. Every individual is looking for impact and to understand that what they do is respected and has dignity in what they do and the like. And those are just some of the themes that come out. So let's continue this conversation. And our very first stop on July 5th, after we went through the production of the 8 films last year, our very first stop was at an amazing business that I had not really met before the stop. We were invited in by Mark Chagrin, I always mess it up, Mark, I apologize, who is the Chief Operating Officer for Bender. And Mark, hello, my friend.
Welcome. Yes, it's awesome to be here today.
Thank you, buddy. Oh, man, I got to tell you something, man. I have learned so much from you as a result of this stop. And so from the bottom of my heart, thank you for that.
And I just want to say thank you so much for what you're doing for our industry. And I also want to comment, Allie, which has had so much energy. Yeah. I loved it. That was awesome to listen to that.
And you know what? People say, Dirk, how can you go on the road for 97 days? Well, it's because I get to meet Allie. I get to meet you. I get to meet Jim. And it's amazing. And right, the goodness of the people in this industry, in this country, is just amazing. And we got to remember that. We got to embrace people and the like. And certainly there's a business and a commerce part to it and the like. So Mark, you were the very first stop, man. I appreciate it. You and I hadn't really met beforehand. You had been following socially. You invited me in. So let me ask you the same thing. One word to describe the experience, the day we spent with your team, the late afternoon with your team. What would you say, and why would you choose that word?
Well, I think the word is inspiring, and you talked about connection a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so I think what happened that day for us was we were able to stop looking through the front windshield of everything that we haven't accomplished and look at the rearview mirror, what we had accomplished, and get some more stories out there. And it was just the connection you had with people. Every team member that was here was just fabulous.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. And since you started with connection, here's a picture of the barbecue that we all connected around, and it was great. And, Mark, I got to tell you, one of the things that, and I forget his name, I apologize, but I remember having a burger with one of your employees, right? Talking about these purpose meetings that you have and how he wants to grow and develop. And to see that you've been leading through purpose at Bender for the last 6 years was really something for me to see and learn. And I share those stories from the stage right now. So real quick, would you share with everybody here about this purpose-driven culture that you have? And can you just share that at a high level real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been a purpose-driven company for about 7 years. We have a purpose statement. It is, we deliver creative solutions for comfortable living. And we use that as a guide, our North Star, for people to understand why they're important to our customers and their customers. And so every Friday, we do 2 half-hour sessions. They're volunteer. Anybody can sit in them. Our CEO sits in them. We have drivers. We have warehouse people. And we just create content that allows us to be better versions of ourselves. So we go through a quick videos. We talk about, we're spending 12 weeks on influence and how we can be influential to others. And we just do breakout rooms, and it's just been a game changer for our people. And we just tell them this is personal development.
You bet. And it's volunteer. And I had a chance. You were kind enough to let me sit in on last Friday's purpose meeting. And I got to tell you, man, I left. I left completely inspired and love what you're doing. So thanks for sharing that, Mark. So why did you bring us in? Why did you invite us? You were following us on social, and we hadn't met, and all of a sudden Mark keeps popping up. And why did you invite us in?
Well, so our journey of becoming a purpose-driven company was through noble purpose. And so one of the things that, that sparked my interest is when you use the word noble. I was like, well, we're purpose-driven, and noble's a word that we both affiliate with. We have to get involved, right? So I saw a need to have to get involved, but I also love your passion for the industry. And I think what's so remarkable that what you've done is you've had the ability to connect all of us as competitors to be more friends. And to me, that's fabulous.
Cool. I love it. There's there's a lot of business out there to be had, right? There's a lot of business out there to be had, and if we can come together to help each other grow, I think it lifts the entire industry. So I appreciate that. Is there a story that stands out to you, Mark, in terms of the interaction that we had while I stopped in?
So there was a story that actually brought tears to my eyes.
Oh.
And so after you pulled that RV out, a young lady came over, ran over to me and gave me a big hug and said, I just want to thank you. And she should have been thanking you, but she thanked me because she had just had a really rough day. She had messed up on an order and her customer kind of yelled at her. And she realized that during the cookout and the time you spent that, the reason customer was yelling at her was because she has the solution, and she realizes that with distribution what we do is so important, and it's beyond just tactical, and so the relationships are so important. And she was just she was in tears, and she just said, I just want to thank you. And
Wow.
so I never shared that with you, but perfect timing.
It is perfect timing, and I appreciate that, and that gives me more motivation to get that damn RV started up, man, and out on the road. So I appreciate that. So last question, if you don't mind, Mark, those that, I'm going to direct them to the website in just a bit, show them about the tour and all that. If people are wondering, should we, consider bringing the tour to our business? What would you say to them and why?
I would say, yes, do it, and make a big deal about it, because it is a big deal, because we're doing great things. And the other thing I would ask is, if somebody's new doing it and they don't know and they want to reach out to somebody who did it last year and ask them what they can do to prepare to make it even more beneficial.
Boy, I love that. And if you don't mind, I'm going to try something. And Allie, I'm coming to you because I see you in the green room. Hold on, Mark. I'll be right back to you. Does this work? It worked. Oh my gosh, Dirk, you're so good. I see you shaking your head yes when he says make a big deal out of it. What?
Yes, make a big deal about it. Well, I was sitting here agreeing this whole time. I'm like, absolutely, 100%. Everything he's saying, it's moving.
Love it. Thank you, Allie. Thanks. Hey, look at that, guys. I actually know how to do this. So, Mark, really
Proud of yourself.
I am proud of myself. Here, can I do that? There you go. Mark, I really appreciate this, man. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for inviting us in. You kicked the whole thing off in an amazing way. And I know we're going to be doing a lot together going forward as we continue to champion the noble calling distribution and this noble generation. Mark, thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. Thanks so very much. So, guys, think about this. So Mark, and we didn't plan this, Mark said, do it up in a big way. Think about doing it up in a big way. And one of the stops we had was with a great HVAC distributor out in Davenport, Iowa, Republic Companies. Todd Wade brought us in and met the people, had an amazing day. He had his videographer follow us around, and they turned things around quicker than most, and they saw the opportunity. Allie talked about using this as a marketing opportunity, and they turned around some films that they are using both internally for internal communications and their onboarding, but also to communicate to their customers. And let me just show you one of those just to talk about the opportunities that we have when we think big about this.
Welcome.
Well, I'll talk about the noble calling of distribution, right? And what does that mean? There's a lot of meanings to it, right? You're an independent family-owned business, but so are your dealers, right? And so are your contractors, right? And the fact that you bring expertise, right, to help them succeed, right? Not just when the market's good.
When the pandemic started to happen and a lot of the government programs started coming out. What's a small business owner supposed to figure out through all that? So we put together, and Drake too was instrumental in helping on the marketing side of some flyers and information of, you might have seen in the news, this act passed, here's how it can relate to you. And if you have any questions, Tim, who you just met, myself, Mark, call us and we'll walk through whatever we can walk through with you and help you figure it out and navigate these crazy, challenging times.
When there's all that uncertainty, right? And you put together those programs to help them, to me, that's noble. To me, that's saving jobs.
I think it shows in our customer service and to our contractors that they're not buying from us because we carry XYZ brand. They're buying from us because of what we do for them, not necessarily just the product. Yeah. We're not a company that, here's your box, give us some money. It's we're here to help your business.
So anyway, I think it's really, really cool. And as Mark and Allie talked about, think big, think about the opportunities we have here. And as I say, when I'm out on the road, you guys, the terms that I use is use me. Use me because I want to help lift your business, lift your people, lift this industry, because what it is you all do is absolutely noble. So I got one more amazing guest, if you don't mind. Let's bring in my friend, Mr. Banovich, Jim, who is the CEO of Marsh Electronics in Milwaukee, but you're not in Milwaukee, are you, buddy? Oh, hold on, Jim. I got to unmute you. I think that's me. Go. Okay, there you are.
Hi, Dirk. No, I'm actually in Florida, working remotely, but also taking care of my aunt's home for her. So doing a couple of combo things here.
Look at that.
But enjoying some great weather.
I love it. You're not only doing noble work at Marsh Electronics, you're doing noble work for your aunt, it sounds like, as well. So good man. Jim, oh man, wow. Thinking about the stop of the day we had and the things you've done that others haven't done with We Supply America. It's really cool to me, and I appreciate you embracing it. Let's talk about the day, and then we'll talk about how you're leveraging it. So one word to describe the day that the tour stopped at Marsh Electronics up in Milwaukee, and why that word?
It was just nothing but excitement. We were excited to have you come in and help us talk about and promote the role distribution plays. But I think more importantly, it was a great opportunity for us to gather all our employees together. With COVID-19 and the remote working, all the challenges they face, not only inside the business, but outside the business as families. We had lead times in our industry starting to stretch out, customer demands high. They had the supply chain logistics issues going on. Their challenges are, on a day-to-day basis, just monumental. And this was a great day to just take a little bit of a break, get a chance to engage with everybody, have some fun, celebrate what we do as a company, what our industry does as a company, and really celebrate them because they're the ones that make it happen.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm thinking back to the day. I remember the tent almost blowing down because of the wind, and we all came together, right? We all came together as one to make sure that didn't happen. And then as you introduced me to individuals, I remember the hugs that we got and having the opportunity to talk and hear their stories. Really, really special. Is there one aspect of the day, one story of the day that stands out to you, Jim?
Well, like you said, other than the tent falling down,
it didn't fall down.
And the windstorm that came through.
We stopped it, yeah.
But I think it was just coming together. It was just a great time for all of us to hook up, meet up, and celebrate what we do as a company. And like I said earlier, we've had a lot of people distanced off with remote working, and for me, it was just great to see everybody back in the building, everybody together outside having lunch. You hit it on the head, hugging, talking, sharing stories, laughing, talking about good times, old times. We were celebrating a couple of individuals that were getting ready to retire. We were celebrating some new people starting up. It just provided a nice little engine for us to get together, take a break from the day-to-day grind, learn about our industry. A lot of our people didn't realize, we're 6 million strong as employees. We're the third largest economic engine of the country. This is a great educational piece to let them know what the importance of what we do as an industry, and they're a big part of it. They make it happen every day for us.
To that point, I remember, I think her name was Check Biggers, out in the fabrication part of your business.
Yep.
And she's at the very front end of that, the very first step of the process, if I remember this. And at lunch, the pride she was talking to me about, right? About how she's the first step in the process. And if anything, if she doesn't set that up just perfectly right, as it goes down, what ends up in the nuclear submarines that your product ends up in, might not be right. And talk about noble and understanding. We had the opportunity to have that conversation. And it was super cool. So thanks. So let me share a picture with you. Again, I think what you've done with We Supply America is super cool. So you guys, here's a picture of Jim and I and his brother in their facility. And if you look what they've got hanging in their facility. And that's not the only one. They've got the We Supply America flag flying. Jim's got it on his signature of his email. And so this stop, the theme of We Supply America, Jim, it's more than just a film. It's more than just a website. It's more than just this crazy guy Dirk in an RV going down the street, if you will. You've actually embedded the thinking into your business with this type of communication. A, is that right? B, will you share with me what you're doing with that banner and everything else and why you're doing it?
Well, it is, Dirk, and it flies in our warehouse. It flies in our customer service area. It flies in the Values Ed Center, Marvac Assemblies, and we've got a real big one flying out on the front of the building. And we have incorporated it into a lot of company. All our company presentations have it. We promote it throughout whatever we're doing within our company because it talks about what we do, and it's a great symbol of the role of distribution in America and the effect that our employees have on keeping the economic engine going and the role they play. And we're going to continue to promote it. And it's helped us start to innovate more things within the company. You know, you and I talked, we shared, we got a big investment going on in our warehouse that's going to innovate our operations of the warehouse. And we're going to put this logo right on that machine. And so it stands out proud that this is what we're about.
Yeah. Well, Jim,
We Supply America.
Yeah, you betcha. It makes me happy, man. And thank you for taking it and running with it, right? That's what we want. That's what we want. So thanks so much. And I think I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway, based on what you're saying. If I'm about ready to walk everybody through the new website. If somebody goes to the website and says, you know what, I'm thinking about inviting Dirk and the We Supply America tour in, should I or not? What would you say to him and why?
I'll join Mark and Allie, and it's just the big capital letters, do it with an exclamation point. Whatever you decide to put into it from effort and money, you're going to get multiple times more out of it. For your employees' experience, to learning about the industry, getting together as a group, promoting your employees, it's well worth the time and effort. We also are creating some marketing content out of it. And we love the symbol. We love the display of the symbol of We Supply America. It's priceless.
I love it, man.
And then when you see it generate smiles like Philip earlier, I'm knocking it out of the ballpark.
Without question. Jim, thank you so very much, man. Thank you for carrying the message on, not only internally, but externally. Thanks for the nobleness of what you do, and we'll be in touch. All right, buddy?
Let's get you back to Marsh this summer.
I'd love to. I'd love to get a website. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right. All right.
Let's do it. Jim,
thanks so very, very much, man. Thank you. So there you go, guys. Boy, stories from Allie and Mark and Jim. Absolutely fantastic. So I, again, am going to be going out on the road. Let me share with you what just went online at 3:00 when we went live. So guys, we just went live with our new website. You can get this at wesupplyamerica.net. And I got to tell you something. I am really proud of what our VP of Design, Bethany Hepler, has put together for us, but more importantly for you. Because as I said, man, when I went out, I pulled out last year on the We Supply, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what was going to come out of it. But a ton has come out of it, and you can utilize this. So if you don't mind, let me just take a little bit of time to walk you through this website, because I really want you to go there. I want you to utilize it and leverage everything that's there, okay? And if I mess up, please understand it's because this is literally the first time I'm seeing it with all the pages together, all right? So you go to wesupplyamerica.net, and the first thing, if you want to show people that trailer that I opened up with, that we're going to end with, you can do that. That's right there on the home page. But come on down, and what you see is you're going to see this throughout. We want you to consider inviting us in to the tour to do all the things that Mark and Allie and Jim talked about. Again, I'll get to that. We introduce the concept of the noble generation, the theme that we're going to carry throughout the year. And here are the different ways that you can engage with us. If you are an individual, start there. If you are a leader like Allie or Jim or Mark, go ahead and start there. If you're an association or a buying group, you might want to start here. By the way, if you're a technology company, a manufacturer, or other service provider, servicing distributors, you might want to start there as well, all right? We're proud of the message and how it's expanding through the media and the like. And then there's a ton of resources that are available to you. I will show that to you going forward. And again, we couldn't do this without our primary sponsor Infor. They put a bet on us last year when this was nothing but an idea on a napkin. And they saw the vision and they invested to help us bring it. So to the Infor team, I really do appreciate it. So what you'll be able to do is you can go up here to the featured films tab and you can see season 1, season 2. We describe again where season 2 is going to go. We're going to be announcing the 8 distributors soon. And then you can go and access all the 8 films and the meeting kits and the CEO interviews, all there, all on demand, all free for you and the like. I'm excited about the Learning Center here. Again, the learnings that have come out of the tour are absolutely fantastic. And we've put everything together in one resource for you to go to. So again, leadership education for the change makers, the noble generation throughout. You can see, you can access our blog. You can talk about bringing me in to speak to your business, the ebooks we've been publishing, training that's available to you, research and assessments are coming. So you can go and access all of our blogs there, talk about how I am bringing this message to associations, buying groups, and businesses through our speaking and workshops. You can download the 8 quote ebooks that we're getting rave reviews on, all for free that you can download. Again, invite us into your business. Our replays for our webinars that are coming out as a result of this tour are there for you. We have just launched a new research project on this concept of leadership evolving. And we're going to give you access to that survey, and I'd love for you to be a part of this, what I believe is going to be landmark research on the changing nature of leadership going forward. So that's there for you. Those of you that are considering wanting to partner with us, we'd love to talk to you about how you can use We Supply America to amplify your message. Technology companies, manufacturers, service providers, we would love to talk to you about. Okay, before I get to the tour, the other thing I'd like to do is I'd like to go to the About page. Guys, we often get asked, Dirk, where did the idea of We Supply America come from? And so I'd really encourage you, and I'd love your feedback, to go to the About page. And what we do is we tell the story of where We Supply America came from. And I do it in a letter form. And I talk about, what does it say up here? From being locked down and defeated. When I talk about being defeated, I'm talking about myself. From being locked down and defeated to finding a way to unleash the humanity and leadership throughout distribution. And I would love for you to take a look. That answers the question about why and how We Supply America came to be. And then we end that About page saying it's still being written. And that leads us to season 2. Okay, everybody? So with that, first, I'd love if you can in the comments, any questions that you have, any thinking about this year's tour, go ahead and put it in the comments before we conclude here. But then what I also want to do is I want to drive you to this tour page because I really would love to come and bring the RV and this tour, Champion the Noble Calling and Distribution, to your business, just like we did with Mark, Allie, and Jim's business and 31 others. So what you'll do here is you'll see that there's the form that you can request us to come in. You get the story there. 3 simple steps to make this all happen. You invite us, we'll confirm it with you, and then we'll work with you to make it a great, great experience. Every experience is different. Every company is different. We work with you to do it absolutely for you and your business. We give you a starting point for what the day might look like. Here is the tour. We've only got 29 stops left. So please, because people have been talking to us, we've got some on the books already. Please make sure that you request a stop because we don't want to miss you. Also, then we give you some indication in terms of what we ask of you in this process. Jim, you mentioned about, Mark, you said do it right. Allie said do it right. And Jim, you agreed. And you said, whatever the resources are. Guys, we don't charge anything for this. We don't. We do ask, this doesn't mean yes or no if we'll come, to help us with these gas prices and all that, and the t-shirts that we bring. We ask for a donation of $1,500 per stop. But that's it. And even if it's scheduled and you don't have the $1,500, you don't want to do it, we'll still come. All right. But so that's one of the things we ask for. But we ask you to get your human resources and your marketing team involved and communicate so that you can leverage it, just as we heard here. And then we work with you to really imagine the possibilities. And you come here and you can see the videos of how Holt made that video, how Republic is used it to create those marketing materials and all that. And so there's just a lot of great resources for you there. And we really encourage you to get in there, request us to stop. We'll be in touch, and we're going to put together this tour that starts in the middle of June. And man, I want to stop at a different business just about every day. So go ahead and do that. And then the last thing is, and it ties to the tours, you can go to the events page as well. And this gives you access to our live digital events, such as our webinars, our Thursday lives, and it gives us an opportunity to say, hey, come on in, and we're going to have meetups throughout the country at local establishments and the like, and we're going to want to meet you. Okay, you guys? So there you have it. The new website is available at WeSupplyAmerica.net. I would love for you to go there, take a look at it, invite us in, and use the resources that are available for you. Okay, everybody? So, okay, as we're winding down, let me just share with you how every stop ends. I call it the We Supply America cheer. When I was in St. Louis at CK Supply, an amazing ESOP organization, they got the team together around the We Supply America tour, and it was kind of fun way to end the day with them. So let me just share that with you.
Second of all,
There we go. Here.
Come on.
There we go. Hold on.
So,
Somebody got forklift? There, that's our company model right there.
Oh my
We got a calendar coming out the minute you get it.
So, you know how I said the spirit was pretty good? I was going to say, but it's certainly the best looking group, and I was going to acknowledge the ladies in front, but I got to tell you something. The game has just been upped. All right, so what is your name?
Rob.
Rob, okay, guys, this one's for Rob. This one's for Rob. You guys ready? Yep. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Rob, put your legs down. Guys, I have loved my day here at CK. Thanks so much for having me.
So there you have it, you guys. I would love to bring that experience into your business as well. Mark, Allie, Jim, thanks for joining us, you guys. I look forward to interacting with you all. I will see you on our webinar on Thursday. I will see you online. I'll see you as we're out there. And I look forward to checking and see about coming to your location as well. So with that, everybody, I'll end with the trailer, and we'll see you out there. Thanks, everybody. In a post-pandemic world, leadership is being redefined. Forces outside of our control and forces within our business are calling us to be different leaders. Both new and veteran leaders throughout distribution are showing the way forward. These leaders are the noble generation. leaders we need to meet. These leaders we need to learn from. These leaders are why we are going back on the road this summer. This is We Supply America, Season 2.